Satnam, I'm Nirvair Singh Khalsa, and here we are in July of 2019. Did you have a wonderful solstice celebration? I know it's just an amazing time when that sun, all that sun energy comes in, that it can sustain you for the whole 6 months of the year till we go to the depth of ourselves in the winter solstice. This particular Kriya that we're going to practice today, he taught on, it's LA 544, and he taught it on June 10th, 1987. And the Kriya is called To Know and Experience the Unknown. It is written up here in Prana, Prani, Pranayam. This is a very interesting lecture to watch and to listen to. It's one of these ones I'm going to have to actually, I've watched it several times. I think I'm going to have to watch it about 10 times to pick up the fascinating interwoven concepts that he talked about, in particular about the conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious minds. Because he always talked about know your unknown, right? In this case, he divided it up. You have to know what you know. You have to knowingly know the unknown. And you have to know the unknown, which represents these minds. Mostly he talked about is having a conscious engagement with your subconscious. And that is because the subconscious creates these patterns that you're not totally aware of, but you do have access to them through meditation and through literally self-examination. Your ego creates this reality that's a false reality. And you have to get into the habit of asking yourself not what you're doing, but why you're doing it. That's the self-examination part. Because then if you can understand, and sometimes for me, I have to ask myself that same question several times. Why? Something comes. But why that? Something comes. And why that? Something comes. So I do understand exactly what my own subconscious agenda is. Interestingly enough, he calls the unconscious mind the God in action, which is another fascinating concept. And that is, it's unconscious, but what happens is that if the subconscious, if you're not taking care of it, drifts into the unconscious, and then because there's a relationship of your soul with God, it causes big things to happen. Because if you're way off base, big corrections happen. It's much better. He calls the unconscious a 200-foot tidal wave hitting a city. He says that the subconscious is only about 12 feet, right? And that you can deal with, right? That you can take care of. But you've got these faculties of subconscious, conscious, and unconscious, of know, the knowingly unknown, and the unknown, and they're all part of you to bring into your state of awareness. And interestingly enough, he has you actually engage with this through a pranayam. And so for balancing Ida and Pingala, for balancing those two sides of you so that you can know your unknown. And it's a little bit tricky, right? And that is the very first part of this, after you do the Tunin mantra, Ang Namo Gurudev Namo 3 times, is that you place your hands in Gyan Mudra, and he actually used the active, not the passive. You hold your arms up against the side, and you're going to do a motion with your arms pressing against the rib cage. Now you're going to coordinate that with the breath. And that is, you're going to use your imagination to inhale through the left, exhale through the left. Inhale through the right, exhale through the right. For me to get that rhythm, I have to kind of imagine taking breaths kind of like this without the mudra. And once I get this, inhale left, inhale right, exhale right, then I can add this, otherwise it's a little confusing. And what happens is you lift, right, on my left side, inhale left, exhale left, and you lower. Inhale right, exhale right as you lower. But then on the opposite side, what you do is you press with your arm against the rib cage to open that opposite nostril. It's something he taught very early on. And so, inhale left, press, exhale left. Inhale right, press, exhale right. But it's about at this pace. Okay, so you do that for 5 minutes, right? And then for 8 minutes after that, you place your hands in this mudra. It's like Venus lock. But then you're going to roll your thumbs. You're not going to twiddle your thumbs. You're going to roll your thumbs. And you're going to do that right over the top center of the head. So you're creating an arc line like this above you. And you're going to take a breath for every minute that you every second that you breathe. But it's he wanted a powerful diaphragmatic breath that really lifts your rib cage. So it's like this. And then right at the end, you lift your arms up high, and you're going to like stretch your wrists out like this. He really wanted pressure, but you can't see this, but it's up, way up high like this, but a lot of pressure on the wrist for 3 deep inhales. And so the lecture itself is fascinating, and I recommend that you watch it, but the practice of this itself is actually really something. It picks you up and puts you in a whole nother place so that you can actually have the ability and the strength and the awareness to deal with your subconscious mind, which he calls the Akashic record. In other words, you carry it with you because you wear these grooves within you, and so it actually transmigrates with you, these particular patterns, and you need to bring this into your awareness so that you can correct yourself, so you can uplift yourself, so that you can heal yourself, so you can be the spiritual being having a human experience that you're meant to be. So I'll have fun practicing it with you. It's July. Satnam.